Hello everybody, it's Ray back here at Brechin Lanes. We've got another behind the scenes / did you know video for you. I'm going to talk about this pin. You heard me talk about it in an earlier video when I went over the different types of bowling and the bowling pins that you might find in North America. So I want to talk about this pin in particular. So as I mentioned earlier, this was the Brunswick Red Crown King 5 pin. Very, very cool pin. It has a red crown all around the neck. Very cool. It's an antique. And in fact, I found it at an antique store. I'm not sure where it came from or who this lady is that received it as a trophy, but she was the bowling champion from 1941 to 1945. I wanted to talk about the pin in particular though. So you heard me say earlier that the pins are all on strings, but you notice that this doesn't have a hole to tie it on. And as a comparison, here is a new 5 pin that has a hole that goes all the way through so you can tie it onto the machine. Well, this one didn't have a hole because it was not the type of machine that had strings. It was before the whole string pin center was invented. This was back when there were pin boys setting up pins. A lot of older gentlemen come in and say, you know what, I used to set pins when I was a kid. They made like a nickel a game, that sort of thing. So there was no string and no hole in the top, but you notice that there's a hole in the bottom and it's all scratched up here. Well, that is because when the pin boys would set up the pins, they would step on a pedal and it would send up 5 spikes. So they would come and put that pin on top of the spike, and it looks like sometimes they missed and it got scratched up. So that's why that has a hole in the bottom but not on the top. Another interesting thing about is just the sound. So here's the sound of a 5-pin, current 5-pin falling. And here's what they used to sound like when they were wood. That's a solid maple pin. Nice, crisp sound. There you go. Have a good one, everybody.